What up, though? This is your boy Jay. I am him and he is me, and I'm here with another review, this time for Paradise on Hulu. I'm just going to give you my thoughts, my feelings about the show, and what I liked about it. Hopefully you like it too. If you do, like, comment, and subscribe down below, and share this with somebody. I'm not that ugly. So, let's get started. What is the premise of the show? Basically, they start off the 8 presidents dead. And Sterling K. Brown, who's one of the lead agents, or secret agents, I guess, who's involved in protecting the president, finds him on his morning route, and from there, the plot thickens, basically. Like, it's just non-stop from that point on. And it gets even more deeper into a lot of things that get played out through these sub-characters and their decisions leading up to the murder of the president. And there's even this little subplot that leads to a bigger question of what's really going on around the town and the people who are living in it. So I'm trying not to say too much spoilers. I'll save that to the end. But for right now, just off that premise, the show nails it. The show gets all the details right. The storyline is great. The acting is superb. I mean, Sterling K. Brown shows you why he's a leading man in Hollywood. And if he isn't, he definitely should be. The man really acted his butt off in this one. And I love how his energy and vibe work with the other characters as well. And it really paid off towards the story overall. I will say this for families, it's not too much cussing in it. I mean, there is some bad words in it, but almost everything has bad words these days. Violence, I mean, I just said the president gets killed. Is that something that you see? You do see it, but I won't tell you when and I won't tell you where in the series. You just have to watch it for yourself. There is a little bit of violence in here, a little bit of sexual acts that are shown but not really explicit. There is some nudity to some point, so just keep aware of that with your children. But it's not like throughout the whole series. It's literally probably like one episode, and then you basically, the way they lead it up, you know what's going to that route. So for the parents who like to watch TV with their kids, especially series like on Hulu and stuff like that, definitely keep that in mind if you're one of those parents who like to keep that out of their viewership. Outside of that, I would say like that the action where it is great. This really shines in the thriller category because of just how much twists and turns they take with the story. Characters who you feel like could have been the murderer, you might be on the right pace, then you might not be on the right pace. And that what I love the most is that there's no filler episodes in between. So there's not like an episode where you're just like, I could skip that episode and get to the, you know, the meat and potatoes of what the story is trying to get to. Nah, each episode plays an important part in telling the full story. And you get engaged in the full story as you know more about what's going on, these people's lives, and especially their lives surrounding the city that they're in. I'll leave that in the spoiler part. So outside of that, do I think it's a series that's worth watching? I really do. I think if anything, you're gonna wanna probably binge watch it, just because of everything that's going on with it. But if you can watch it in parts so that you can have those type of conversations with your loved ones or whoever you're watching it with, it's one of those series that you kind of want to put a break in between so you can fully analyze everything that's going on. But the series is done, or at least this season is done. They're renewed for a second one. So watch it, get prepared for the second season, which probably will come out next year, hopefully. And just know that this is one of the best series that Hulu has put out in a while, especially this year. And I look forward to seeing how everything else goes. So my rating for this is an A+. It's rated Diamond, and I definitely recommend everybody watch this if you can. Give it a shot, give it a watch, and if you don't have the streaming service, I'm pretty sure you can find somebody who has it. So outside of that, that's been my non-spoiler review. Now to get into the spoiler review, where I'm going to talk about things that I like, things that I didn't like, and just my overall thoughts of the main plot and storyline. So this is going to be my spoiler portion in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, welcome to the spoiler person. I said person. Welcome to the spoiler portion of this review. And now we can talk about all the stuff that I want to talk about. So, like I said, the main plot of the story is we get to the meat and potatoes that the president is dead. Somebody killed them. We don't know who. Now they start off by showing different storylines. You have an agent named Robinson who's basically the mistress go figure that thing out. And they kind of lead you on to believe that she might have done it. But overall, you have it in your mind, like, she didn't do it. But dang it, like, does she become kind of annoying after a little bit because of just how hard she goes for it? But she's in love. And, you know, it's kind of sad because as she is in love, there's kind of like this aspect to her and the president's relationship that gets revealed down the line, is that she kind of wants it to be serious, and he's just like, oh, you know, we can't do this. And then later on, towards the end of what he suspects to be his life because of some information that he finds out down the line, he then wants to kind of like let her know, oh, I'm going to get a divorce, I'm going to leave my wife, do all this type of stuff. Nah. You feel like you get annoyed with their like little subplot of their affair and everything like that, but it pays off. It pays off because there's a part or an episode that kind of shows the final line of his life before he was murdered, and it kind of like seeks into an emotional portion of the story that really gets you invested. And then it's just like, dang, bro, they really killed this man. And like, you kind of feel bad for him because in the beginning they set it up like, you know, nobody really likes this guy as president. And even to the point where they even make it plain and clear, he is not a good president at all. But only to find out the character of the man and really get to know him, really shows like, yeah, this guy was actually a pretty decent guy. He just was a pawn. And almost like every other government official, he's just being used to push an agenda, push what they wanted. And what agenda is that? Well, alright, here's the biggest spoiler of the show. So technically speaking, there was a volcano that erupted, and it basically melted the ice caps down in Antarctica, which caused a tsunami, which bigger than the Empire State Building that goes and wipes out almost half the earth. And within that, there's also a nuclear war that starts off because of resources that people are fighting for to take with them into their own personal bunkers. Within this situation, he has a choice to either set off his own nukes and take out all the competition, that way there's nothing to go on, or he can set off an EMP that basically kills all electricity or all technology throughout the earth. He chooses the latter, and then we get an EMP strike that basically stops the nuclear war from happening, but basically cuts off all communication to the outside world. But where is he going? Him and a couple of chosen ones. That was the one thing. I guess they chose people who can help benefit the city that they're going to go into. And I say city lightly because it's technically a dome that's built under the earth. And there's even a whole storyline that's deep about that. And you'll enjoy that at least kind of towards the end of the season. And just overall, it's like they're living in this dome. You got elite people who are in there. You got the presidents in there. You see how people are living in the dome, how they're kind of not affected as long as they keep the illusion alive. But when so much stuff starts building up and showing out, that's when the illusion starts to break for a lot of people, especially the main character in Sterling K. Brown. And then we kind of get this backstory of what led to everything that goes on. You kind of figure out what happened to his wife, which is kind of like a mystery in the beginning. And then you kind of figure out, okay, she obviously wasn't in the dome, so what happened to her? And then they break that down, and now that kind of leads into season 2. Exactly, is she alive? Is she dead? And they kind of leave you on a cliffhanger to see exactly what goes on. I won't tell you exactly what the results are, but watch it and see. It definitely hits the heartstrings. Outside of that, I mean, you get some very surprising and great characters. Billy is a great character in this series, and you automatically lean into this character and how he is with Sterling K. family and how he is with, the rest of the unit that he's with, and even his plot line in the story and how it plays off. But my gosh, the writing is so good. They make you feel like he's the murderer. And then there's even the point where you're like, he is the murderer. And then they switch it on you, and then they make you feel like, well, maybe he's not the murderer. Then it goes to a point where oh, he's definitely not the murderer. And then they just bring it all together to make you have the final conclusion, or at least let you finally know the truth. And it was a very satisfying result. I won't go too far exactly what the result was, but you just have to watch and see. There's some twists and turns in this series I did not see coming. There was one big twist, and that's who's the big bad in this show. They kind of let that out the bag, and they want you to be sympathetic with her, but nah. I'm not going to say the name, but I will just say it's a she. And there's a lot of female characters in this series, so it's not really giving it away, but you will know it from the jump. Like, this is the main, I don't want to say villain, but this is the person who's going to cause some problems. And she does throughout the whole series, but you understand a little bit of where she's coming from. So it's kind of like, is she so much of a monster, or is she just a product of trying to keep everybody alive and well? There's a lot of questions that go into this series, and even some that kind of relate to our day and what's going on in real life. So it really hits home on a lot of subjects, and even some thoughts about how the government runs, how they go about things, especially towards public information. And that's another key point that comes later on in the series that definitely will catch your eye. So overall, I like the series. I love what it represented. I love what it did. I can't wait for season 2. I think Sterling K. Brown did a great job. He's definitely going to win some awards off this performance, and I can see a lot of other people doing so as well. I try to keep as vague as possible because I really want you guys to watch it, but I did want to talk about those key points. I would talk about more, but it's better if you watch it and then just comment in the comment section, and then maybe I'll do another video or a live talking about what you guys said in the comments about things that you love about the series. So outside of that, I told you I was going to get to this review. I appreciate you guys watching. I like to keep my reviews nice, short, and sweet, because I could talk for days, but this has just been my review of it. Go watch it, go appreciate it. It's an A+, it's a diamond rated show. Thank you so much, Paradise, for giving us something positive to watch that we can all enjoy, and for you guys who are watching, and appreciate you guys as well. Thank you so much. Comment, like, subscribe down below, and if you don't, that's cool. Just wait till the next video. I'm pretty sure you'll like that one as well. Till then, I am him, he is me. Peace.